All right there, Ricky. Got your new Stryker 955 all done up and ready for you. I got it unplugged now just so I can actually turn it around, show the back of the radio to where it's a little bit more visible than me just leaning over the back. You know, then you can kind of see stuff labeled and set out up here. You have an aftermarket upgraded echo board that is out the face here on the radio. Some of our variable options that we have here would be we have a variable average control, so you can roll this control down to the left to decrease the bird average swing, roll this control to the right to get the maximum average swing here. We have a variable peak control, so this would be like for driving into multiple amplifiers. Like say if you wanted to run this radio into a Texas Star 667, you know, normally you can't take a 100+ watt radio and do that. With this radio you can. You take it, cut it all the way down to the left, and this radio is going to do somewhere around the 15 watt threshold, you know, so you can get the peak power down as low as you need to drive any amplifier you want to run this into, driver, pre-driver, final, you know, whatever you want to use. So it makes it very versatile, and then you can kind of fine tune it with the average output too, so you can put the peak exactly where you want it, and you can put the average bird numbers exactly where you want them as well. So you have full versatility to set this anywhere you want to, along with still having your original carrier control to put the dead key where the amplifier needs to be. All right, so over here on this side, we have a variable bass slash treble control. So this is a tone control, an all-in-one control. If we turn this thing to the right, we have maximum bass. If we turn this all the way to the left, we have maximum treble. So about halfway would be a mixture between the two. Usually I'll lean a little more to the bass side. Usually most of the time it's going to be somewhere around the 3 o'clock threshold, or maybe just slightly underneath. All right, so we'll go over here, and I'll actually just turn the radio around here. And we have our, you know, just our SO239 or PA jack that they call CW on these radios for some reason. And then we have our external speaker jack. So here, this control, this 3.5 millimeter jack here is monitor. See, I've labeled monitor on the bottom of the radio here. That is for your monitor. That is a cable that's going to run from the back of this radio over to the external speaker jack on your receiver radio. So you're going to have a monitor radio that you'll hook up and you can listen to yourself. I think you said you had some kind of ham rig like a Yaesu or Kenwood or something. So you take this jack here, plug it in from the monitor hookup here over to your monitor radio to be able to listen to yourself. That's going to patch in for your recording. It's going to patch in for your headphones, you know, to where you can hear yourself whenever you key this microphone. You'll swap over to your monitor and hear yourself over your monitor radio, and then you'll hear others receiver on your regular headphones. This center jack here, that's the MP3. You'll see I labeled it next one over. That's for your MP3 with line level recording. So you'll plug into this one cable to be able to record others, and then whenever you key the microphone, this relay built in is going to swap over to your monitor radio, and then it's going to sample your voice off the monitor. So you'll have others' conversation line level and your conversation line level. The purpose of this is you can't pick up your own voice line level off of the same receiver. You have to be properly demodulated through another receiver to capture your voice line level. So anything else is just talk back, you know, so that's the purpose of this circuit here. So the MP3 here, you'll plug that into your phone just like my normal MP3 circuit. This one's going to go over to your monitor on the external speaker jack, and this is your headphone hookup. So you're going to take your headphones that you use, that you listen on, you're going to plug them into here, and then whenever the same deal, as soon as you key the microphone, this relay that's inside the radio is going to swap over to the monitor radio and be able to sample your voice in your headphones off of your monitor radio. And then it's going to hear everybody else's voice off the receiver on this radio. So it does it all in one for you. So headphones here, and you'll see that's labeled the H phones here. Headphones here. This is your MP3 for recording, and this is your monitor hookup that goes back to the external speaker jack on your monitor receiver on your other radio. And then over here we have an external S-meter hookup. So you can hook up an external S-meter. This one I think he was going to do the echo out the back and echo switch out the back, but we ended up doing the echo out the face anyway, so we just plugged that for you because you didn't need both. All right, so one more time, this right here, you're going to have a cable that goes from here back over to the monitor radio, which in this case is going to be my receiver down here. That's where I'll run the cable from here over to the external speaker jack. I'm going to take this cable here and I'm going to plug it into my phone, and that'll record me and the monitor radio. And then right here is going to be the headphone hookup. I'll hook up my headphones there. I'll have my receiver out of this radio for the headphones, and then the relay will swap out as soon as I key the mic over to the monitor radio to receive off of it as well. And this, like I said, is just an S-meter hookup. We went over the other options that are on the radio here. Internally, we have a whole lot more things inside this radio. We have a full tune-out. We have upgraded finals. We have Hifi Transmit. We have Hifi Recieve. We have a 5-band internal equalizer inside the radio. We have, I think I already said, an upgraded echo board with mods done to the echo board, and that is out the face here as well. We have a modded 878 bass microphone, which is all done up and ready, matched to your radio. I've got all these D104s modded. I will be matching up a D104 to the radio. I have not done that yet, but I will do that after this video to make sure it's all right and ready to go for you. Got your cords kind of prepped. This is the MP3 cord. I'll have it wrapped with a ferrite so you'll know which one's for your MP3. And then your other hooking back to the radio, it doesn't need a ferrite, so it'll just be plugged in. So, alright, so I get some of this stuff hooked back up here. I'll hook up our SO239. Well, PL259 into the SO239 anyway. Power connection here. Alright, so this one right here, again, this is coming out. I just got a little dual splitter here because I use headphones at the same time as patching in for the monitor. That will be hooked up to the back of my external speaker jack, and that is going to go over to your monitor hookup, which will be on the far left hand side. Sorry if my camera skills ain't the greatest here. Alright, and then I got my MP3 cord. This is the one that has the ferrite. That's going to go into the MP3 connection here. So that's there. Both of them's in there. They don't click all the way in. These things are pretty long, the little male piece there on them, so it won't go clicked all the way in, but it just goes flush, or as far as it will go, it goes to a stop. Alright, so now we'll take this headphone jack, and that's going to go to the headphone connection down here. Sorry about that. Our headphone connection down here, that is plugged in. Alright, and we'll just plug back in our external speaker connection here too. Alright, got my receive there. Make sure the average and peak's all the way up. Bass is pretty close to where it wound up setting. This is wide open. Alright. Go ahead and plug up and we'll see what kind of output this is doing. Alright, so looking on the DOSI here, 200 watt scale, we'll modulate it. We're modulated to about 125 peak or so. We'll look at the LP 100A here. It's like 161 on the LP. Looks like my LP 700's off for some reason. Look at the spectral purity on the spectrum analyzer here. That is nice and clean, just like it should be. Alright, LP 500's loading up, so 250 watt slug over here, reading the top scale. It's like about 65 average, probably be closer to 55 or 60 with a 100 watt slug. I got a 25 though in there, 100's down there, but anyway, 250 watt on the peak. We'll see what that is. Looks like about 145 or so, 136 there. Like I said, around 160 there. Spectral purity is good. All right, so now we'll go ahead and cut this off here on the peak kit. Let me go and cut the peak and the average all the way down, and the carrier all the way down. So we'll see what it is with the dead key all the way down, peak and average all the way down. So we'll see what the capabilities of how low we can go is. And it looks like we can get all the way down there to about 10.5 watts or so, 10.5 peak. We'll look at spectral purity there, fully modulated, still good there. Back to about our 10.5 watts there. If I did raise just the average output here, we'll go up to about 14 that you see the other peak circuits get down to, and then we can slowly start to raise that peak, and you'll see the numbers. Sorry, I can't get all that in one, but you'll see the numbers start to slowly climb on the meter there. And literally go anywhere you want to go with it, so all the way through. Alright, so anyhow, So that shows the variable peak, the variable average, all the controls. I think I mentioned all the options that you have. I apologize if I missed something. You did do a lot of stuff to this radio. All right, so from here, I'm going to plug up my line level hookup. But first, let me plug in my microphone and my headphones and stuff like that, so I'll have everything I need in case you can kill that thing that you got on over there. Alright, so let's plug in my headphones here, or not my headphones, my microphone. Plug in my headphones over here, sitting on the desk. Alright, those are plugged in. And put those around my head here, try to see if I got enough hands. Alright, now I'm going to hook up to my line level cord that's coming out the back of this radio, and then it will be receiving out of my monitor down there, and we'll demonstrate what it sounds like over the air.
Alright, there we go. We'll kind of check it out here and see what we have. I'm looking at, you can see where the echo board settings are. We can see where the mic gain is adjusted to here. I've got leaned a little towards the treble side. I could add a little bit more bass if we wanted to, but everything sounds just fine like it sits. Hello, 1 2, test 1 2, check 1 2, breaker breaker. Alright, like I said, the mic gain's at about 230 here. If we wanted a little bit more bass, I don't really have enough hands, but I could kind of bump it just a little bit if we wanted it to be a little bit more smooth, a little less of that shriek in there. Hello, 1 2, or we could kind of go more towards that treble side. If I start to raise it up here, you can hear more of that treble come in. So just all in preference, what you want. Hello, 1 2, test 1 2, audio, breaker breaker. Hello, 1 2. Alright, I don't have much length on my cord, but anyway. Alright, there you go, Stryker 955. Mic gain is set properly, and you can hear what it sounds like over the air. Hello, 1 2, breaker breaker. And the ring that you hear in my receiver is a tone generated into the receiver right there that I tune the receivers with. So you can hear that as soon as I unkey. That's going back to my receiver here from my monitor there that shows that the circuit's working. Let me unkey.
So you can hear the tone as soon as I unkey for the receiver coming back in there. But anyway, hopefully everything come out okay on the video. I got another customer waiting on me now to finish his radio for him so he can get rolling down the road. I just want to try to knock this video out while I had a small opportunity to do so. Appreciate it again, Ricky. Take care, man, and hope you enjoy the radio. Any questions, call us anytime.